Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Strap into your seatbelts, folks. It's about to start. New Supernatural, full vid. This is from the teaser right here, when I showed the crazy looking face, right? Shout out Clear Coast Vision of Florida for sending in this picture. And then when I zoom out, check it out, folks. It's another face right beside him, right here, with the same red eyes and everything. They look like almost the same type character. I'll zoom in and get both faces in the frame and pull down some light. From the teaser, you saw this guy with the eyes. Look like he's wearing some type of like mask going around his nose. And then you see the face. This is this entity's face. Then we have one right next to him. I'll zoom in on him. Eyes, nose, mouth, crazy looking beard. It's so weird, folks. You can almost see his ear sticking out on this side right here. I'll zoom out for perspective. And then zoom in on the other face that's very prominent. See the mouth illumination, the eyes, the nose. Almost looks like he's wearing a rectangular shaped mask. Or maybe glasses, for lack of a better word. Just to give you the visual. And then we have this massive organic creature that's flying over top of them. You see the appendages coming off his back. And he has a horn on the front right here. We'll zoom in right here to show you. See the massive horn coming off the creature. His body is illuminated red. You see his legs. I'll keep going down so you can see this thing is organic. You see feet right here that appear to be webbed. I'll zoom in super tight on that. Moving fast because I have a lot. Another face being projected from this supernatural event that's going on right above your head. Moving fast. Take you to the top to show you the organic ridges and bumps and scales that's on the back of this massive dragon or serpent or creature. The webbed foot. See it? It even has a tail of a goldfish or a giant fish. I call it the goldfish because it's like reddish gold. See that, folks? That's organic. Looks like any fishtail you ever seen in your life with a few added features. Another face being projected off to the side here is a giant skull face. And the mouth is illuminated. You see the rectangular shaped nose cavity and the eyes. I'll pull down the light and let it vibrate through to you. You see it, folks? With the illumination right in front of it. Nothing but faces everywhere, folks. And look at this massive craft right here. And this is right off the walls of Egypt, folks. It appears to look like some type of ancient form of a helicopter, or maybe some type of technological marvel, or some type of new form of a helicopter, maybe where we down here on Earth, or so-called Earth, get this from. But you can see it right here, folks. And then here's the propellers. I'll zoom in for perspective. I mean, you can see like that's a construction, people, with openings and portals, aerodynamic in the front, and then the propellers. I'll zoom out, show you more ships that are like that. We were just right here. Let's see if we can find another. I'll just move on to the next pick for time's sake. Shout out Seven Queen for knowledge. Crazy, crazy picture. And look at this massive craft coming in on the bottom with the lion head. Because remember, folks, all these creatures represent nature. These ships, they all represent nature. Fish, lions, lizards, dragons. If you've been on this channel, you've pretty much seen it all. Look at the detail in the ear, the eye, the mouth. And it's a massive craft, folks. Understand that. This is the cockpit right here. I'll zoom in, and then there's an entity or something standing right outside the craft. We'll go right here first. And I'll pull down the light so you can see the entity that's sitting in there right here. Here's his head, his eyes, his mouth. He has horns that are protruding backwards. And here's his wings attached to his back right here. You can see the lines in them, and they look like bat wings. You ever seen Jeepers Creepers? Yeah, part 3 was on in my city today on the Sci-Fi channel. And then we'll go up here to this other entity that's right outside the craft. See his massive head, his eyes, his nose, his mouth, and it's some type of technology sitting right next to him. Just the light. Moving on. Now, I don't understand how we can get a shape like this that's supposed to be blocked out by the sun. So we got to understand these things are what they call the perfect black body, meaning light cannot penetrate them. If we can still see these objects amongst all this massive brightness, and even at distance, we still see them, but we'll zoom in on them. Rectangular shaped craft with looks like a tail section in the back. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 7 smaller craft, and one that's clearly a disc. See? I was trying to get the light correct so you can see the windscreen is right there, the point, and then the top of the craft. How is that not being how is that not being light cast on it? It's like impossible, people. And look at these other smaller things that are around it. It's not washed out by light. Just think about that. And you could, I mean, really see the windscreen of this ship right here. Moving on. Take the light back to normal. Let the focus catch up. Okay, folks. Then we have here, amongst this massive craft, a perfect circle with appendages coming off of it that look like antenna. Actually looks like a face to me with eyes looking right at us, and this is the mouth. I'll pull down the light. There we go. Let me zoom out a little bit. I mean, look at the shadow it's casting behind it. Definitely a solid object. Pull the light back to normal, zoom all the way out. Massive formations, folks. Pointed, aerodynamic. Always shaped like some type of nature. Moving on. Shout out Kurt Washington Jr. This is from the teaser also, because we had the beautiful vector shaped craft over here. Perfectly cloaked up. Take you to the one with some contrast. The ship is here. You see, almost looks like exhaust in a green color right there. I'll zoom in and hold it. Look at that, folks. Zoom out. And of course, around the craft is nothing but entities and beings. I'll show you one right here. Zoom out some more anatomical features. It's just ridiculous. I mean, you see legs, elongated necks and heads. I mean, come on. I'll hold that just tight right there so you can see all the entities that are right there outside of this craft. All across the edge right here. More. I'll zoom in on this guy right here. Seeing is believing. See his face? Then we'll go to this guy. See his face? Pull out for perspective. Keep going. And they're right here, folks. This is where we just were. Moving fast. Massive face being thrown out. You see the formation of it, but in the middle of it, we have a massive bird or entity that's spread out. It looks like it's wearing some type of armor. I'll zoom in on the face of the entity. Eyes, crazy looking beak, head. And here's another head of a lion coming off the side. I'll show you that, because seeing is believing. You see the animal head with the horns? Horns going back, eye, face, mouth. I'll hold that in tight. Keep zooming out. And you see the creature's eyes right here. You see it's stretched out and all this stuff is being poured out of it. Take you in on the face so there could be no doubt. Massive beak structure, eye, appendages on the head. With another head poking out from the side. I'll zoom out for perspective to show you. UFO craft, black. This picture, I could just do a whole video just on this one picture. There's entities and beings everywhere. Let's zoom in right here, folks, to show you the woman. I'm definitely gonna have to do a part 2. I got so many pictures that I want to get out here. It's just ridiculous. Look at the woman sitting in there. You see her face, her body. See her long hair, her face, her neck, her clothing. Let's zoom out for perspective. See her? And look, the birds know what's up. This picture is littered with giant birds flying around. And she's sitting right here. Zoom back out. People up there. See this guy's face? I'll zoom in. Something on his head, ears, eyes, nose, always with a beard, body, another head right under him. All supernatural stuff, folks. Just a congregation of supernatural events going on, folks. Zoom out. Take you here to show you more entities and beings sitting on the edge of what most people believe are clouds, but are not, which are a massive craft. Entities, beings, angels, and demons, all doing a job, a purpose. I mean, if you can't see, like, this is like some type of feminine creature with breast and nipple. Like, I don't know, you might need to get glasses. I mean, it looks like a bird entity. You see the beak, the eyes look like some type of peacock headdress, but intelligent, folks. You see it holding up his arm, and it's another entity right there. I'll hold that in tight, folks. 2 hands. There we go. Littered. Look at this. How do you get this type of geometry and people call it a cloud? Look at this entity right here with the wings extended open. Zoom out. Unbelievable. Shout out Kurt Washington Jr. I could do this picture forever. Definitely going to have to get a part 2 going. Massive pyramids everywhere. Ships everywhere. Look at this craft. Entity coming out of it. Seeing is believing. That's just what it is. Showed this on the teaser. Crop of the beautiful diamond-shaped craft. Entities all around it. Moving on. Shout out Booski for sending in a giant serpent. Let's let the focus catch up. Showed this in the teaser. Giant dragon or crocodile head, teeth, eye, horns, and all. But understand, folks, this is a massive craft that appears to have a dragon head. Understand that, what I just said. Like I showed in the teaser, teeth and all. Intelligent. See all the entities and beings that are in it? Wearing goggles and helmets, and I mean, it's just littered with people, for lack of a better word. Let's go here. Look, here's the dragon head. We're going to go to this formation right here. Strap in your seatbelts, folks. Look at all the entities and people. Wherever I point my camera is some type of creature or being there. I'll zoom in on this guy right here. See his face? See his arms? It's half of body. You've never seen nothing like that in your life. Look under his armpit. Then he has an animal face on his arm that looks like a snake. A boa constrictor. You see the nostrils in the front, the eyes, and the slit of the mouth. Shout out Booski. Still seeing from distance. Moving on, moving fast. And understand, folks, that's in this giant, massive thing right here that looks like it's yelling. Eyes and all. Nose, horns sticking out. You see it? With the massive dragon. The crocodile head. And this formation right here. Oh boy. More serpent heads coming out of it. You see it. Snakehead. Massive craft, folks, with entities and beings everywhere spewing out of it, other ships flying in formation with it. Moving on. This is the full pic with highlights and enhancements. Next pic. Shout out Queen Cheyenne. Look at this massive planetary structure that's right above with all this activity and darkness that's going on in it, and looks like something is coming out of it. I mean, look at that. Then, of course, massive ships, small in comparison to the big ones, everywhere. Entities and beings. Look at this. I mean, if you can't see, this is creatures and people and cryptids. I mean, look at this. This looks like a pig face being with ears and some type of serpent flying right over him. Then we have a fish looking creature right here with fins and dorsal fins and all. Look at that. That's clearly a pig face being. I mean, I grabbed this picture because what could be this big and round like that that's right above us? And look at all this. Crazy, folks. Moving on. Shout out Queen Cheyenne. Oh, this picture is crazy right here. I think, I want to say Booski sent this in. Look at this, folks. This is a giant head. I mean, all my life, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to pull down the light. I don't know why this thing is shining like this. Okay, folks, here we go. I'm going to let the focus catch up. You see the purple colors that are illuminated coming from below it. It's showing movement. And then this is the giant head of the creature, and it has a trunk almost like an elephant, and it's emitting all this energy around it, and entities are coming in and out of it. Let's do this. And then hold it still, let it catch up. There we go. Pull some bright down. And I'm trying to show you the entity's face. Here's his eye. He has big, gigantic ears that flop down like an elephant. He has a trunk like an elephant. And his mouth is gaped open. I'm going to back out on that, and I'm going to zoom in on the beings and entities that are up around this thing and coming out of it. Moving fast, folks. And then right here, we have an entity that's looks like it's being beamed up. It looks like one here and one here is wearing a purple robe. And then there's a darker being at the bottom. Let's see if I can get that in the frame so it can translate. Yeah, there we go. Hit the focus a little bit. And there we go. Pull down some light. See the silhouette? It looks like two people here. Head, and massive creature with a brown face wearing purple. Moving on. That's the original. Shout out Booski. If this video cuts off, peace, love, and light. Can't even get that picture to come through. It's so bright. Shout out Lucid Vertigo or My Skies 5D. I mean, bro, I haven't forgotten about you, bro. You and Colorado Skywatcher got some of the craziest videos I ever seen in my life. Look at these faces, folks. I mean, you can see nose cavities and lips and mouth. Like, I'll hold that in tight. Because, like me and Matlock Soap say, seeing is believing. More entities and beings. Just in the midst of all this gold, purple, yellow, green. Just beautiful, folks. Bird deity off to the side right here, or entity, beak and all. See his black eye. You see the color in his feathers. I'll zoom out some more so we can get more of the deities and entities before this video shuts down. See the angel with the wings, illuminated body, head, face. I'll zoom in. I want there to be no doubt in any of my videos. And I understand they're tampering with my channel. A lot of my videos just been buffering and they won't play. I mean, it's no wonder why, right? Why ask why? We know. Massive craft, circle in the middle. I mean, just some of the craziest stuff I've ever seen. Shout out Lucid Vertigo. It's the second channel of My Skies 5D. Just showing you some of the faces of the entities that are just littered in this picture. And this is the full picture, folks. Just look at that. What type of creature would this be? Have you ever seen it before? And Mag Bitter Truth did a video showing all NASA photos of Earth are all fake. It's just a brainwash. Best video ever seen Mag Bitter Truth do, because he's letting you know there's no such thing as Earth. You don't live on a ball. It's all CGI, computer generation. It's all fake. NASA, never a straight answer. You already know. Massive black face shining through right here. Eyes, nose, white beard, chin. I'll hold that in. Has a gold horn coming out of his head. Lucid Vertigo again. That video is called the DNA Rainbow. But I wanted to pull this video up to show him that this is a massive, giant sea creature right here. I want to compare it to a jellyfish. Look at that, folks. I mean, look at the detail in this thing's fins. Never seen anything like this in your life. And this is the sky. Organic creatures, folks. I mean, look at this. And it's entities flying in this, folks. Look at the top of the vessel. Organic and machine. How do you do that? Lucid Vertigo. Massive fish creature, bro. Here's the eye. The shape of the creature, and here it's its eye and mouth. I'll hold that in. I'll put some enhancement on that so the eye will pop out. Here it is again with no enhancements. And clearly you can see it's some type of fish-shaped vessel, living creature. Seeing is believing. One eye there, another eye there. This thing has two eyes on one side. See the eye? Now looks more human. It knew you were watching. We're going to end with this. Lucid Vertigo. Black and white shot. Crazy entities. Beings and creatures. Peace, love, and light. More to come.